Today, I want to talk about why the manifestation you're seeking feels so elusive and so hard to reach because you're doing everything that you're told. You're thinking positive, you're meditating, you're focusing on the good, but things just aren't really changing in your life. Well, let's talk about the idea of transformation playing a part of the law of attraction and you manifesting your dreams. One of the things that I really have come to understand is that we all start off with a little spark, that little angel on our shoulder, kind of giving us something called inspiration. Inspiration may lead you to thinking and making small changes in your life. You may manifest something really cool just because inspiration changed your mind about the way you think. But the problem is, we all have a set belief pattern inside of us. I call those limiting beliefs if they're not helping us grow and change and become better. Sometimes those limiting beliefs stop us on the scale of truly getting the transformation at that inspirational phase. Once we tackle the inspirational phase, we can start finding motivation. Motivation is going to be when you start seeing videos, you start finding things that look, match, and act just like what you're trying to do in life, whatever changes you've decided you want, whether it's $1 million, children, lose weight, whatever it is. You're going to find motivation. But here's the problem with motivation. Motivation is very short-lived. There's a reason the motivational speaking industry is so lucrative and so profitable for those that are doing it and speaking. In fact, I think I've read recently, in the next 5 years, the motivational speaking industry will be a $2.5 billion industry. And we're at the point now where we're looking at it, thinking to ourselves, well, why is my life not changing? I feel motivated. I went to that speaking event. I went to the event in the class. I came home. I felt good. But the next morning I woke up and the changes still weren't there. Well, there's one extra piece to this whole journey. It's called transformation. When we start to think about transformation, we start to have to really understand that when we're attracting something, when we're looking to manifest something in our life, we have to truly transform our core inner selves. That's challenging those limiting beliefs. That's challenging the ideas that you were kind of raised and brought up with to believe are true. And in some ways, those beliefs are thoughts you keep thinking, and you have to adjust those thoughts to adjust your behaviors, to adjust the outcomes. So when we think of something stopping us from getting to our goal, sometimes we put it on that person or that thing or this situation. The reality is the world, the universe, is constantly changing and shifting. When you can learn to transform your belief system, identify your limiting beliefs, you can start to see real changes in your life. In fact, those little synchronicities that happen that we're actually attracting and the product of our manifesting, those little synchronicities are part of the transformation journey. In fact, they're already happening in your life. If you're not changing your perspective and your view on the world, you're often going to get stuck in this place wondering, why hasn't this thing happened to me? It's because it's the universe and the world is waiting for you to transform into the person that sees that end goal. So in some ways, transformation really takes a little bit of imagination. We've got to sit back, relax, and envision, what does our future look like? What does the future self that's already manifested and living in that dream world of reality we're looking to create in today, what do they look like? How do they think? How does that person act? And then you've got to start identifying the beliefs and habits that create the results in your life, how they are different from the person that you decided you wanted to be. So often we want to start a business, we want to start a weight loss journey, we want a dream relationship, but we're trying to do it without letting go of the things that no longer serve us internally. Once we can identify the beliefs that aren't serving us, we can start the transformation journey to get to the stage of life that is really where our bliss is. So we have to really identify our thought processes. So often we're living in a fear-based thought process of the what if happens, what if this happens and I can't do it? When in reality, we should be living in a love-based thought process or a positive, powerful state of being. When that love state of being is who you are at the core of your person, you're going to look at every situation and realize it's all there for your benefit. There's not someone that's going to harm you in a way that's going to completely stop your journey forward. There's no situation that you can't overcome. In fact, when you can look at the same situation you've been having from the love, powerful future state of being, you can then start changing your reality by matching your actions to that future version of yourself. you'll start realizing that some of the habits and some of the actions that you're taking today are aligned with those limiting beliefs that have stopped you from attracting and manifesting the beautiful joy that you've always wanted to seek as a person. So once you really take the time to identify those beliefs, you'll find that your motivation will start to turn into a transformational journey. That journey becomes a state of being where you start to transition from who you were in the past to who you intended yourself to be when you decided you wanted to start attracting different things in your life. You cannot have $1 million with a $2 mentality. You cannot have a successful business with a what if this happens to me mentality. You've got to be willing to take your perspective, grow it into the person that you're trying to be in the future, and start acting that way today. That's what true transformation is. That's how you truly manifest the abundance that you're looking to seek in whatever aspect of life you're trying to seek it. Trust me, I know as someone who's been on a self growth journey, a personal development journey, I've done things in my life that I didn't know were possible until I actually changed who I was. As someone who's dropped out of college, I've gotten jobs and had career success that was far beyond what a college dropout should have gotten. In fact, I had a position at one point in time where there were 72 people interviewed for me, before me. Some of those people I had worked for, some of them had masters, some of them had degree after degree, talented beyond belief, but they didn't have what it took to take that job on. I walked in knowing that this job was for me. I walked in knowing that I was meant to lead a team to greatness and to take that team and transform it from the worst team in the company to the best team in the company. And in fact, a year and a half, almost 2 years later, that's exactly what happened. Now, how did that happen? I first had to come at the team and share some of the thoughts and inspiration of what we could be, what we could look like. Then they found the motivation to actually start buying into the philosophy. And then the team transformed member by member. I didn't look at the team for who they were. I looked at them for who I knew they could be and started treating them as that person. And if there was any resistance, anything like that, I refused to back down on who I knew they could be. Because inside of me, I knew that the real change that would come and influence that person is seeing them for the future versions of themselves that they're intended to be. So as a leader, as a manager, as someone who's inspired, motivated, and had to transform my own personal thinking, I decided that it was time to take a journey with this team, time to do things that were ultimately sounded impossible when I started, and be able to pull off some incredible miracles within a team that really struggled to find cohesiveness. And by the time I was 2 years later, we were voted the best team in the company in an employee survey. So I'll share that with you because that is a true process of transformation. If you're struggling to transform, to change your life, maybe it's on a personal level, maybe you're in leadership or management and you want to take your team to a new level, you have to start looking at what the end result looks like. Start with the end in mind and start your transformation journey to get there. If you need help, I got you. I am a personal consultant, a trainer, and a speaker that can come in, help your team, your company, or even your personal life transform into where you need to go. Go to findyourlifebalance.com. Book a call. Let's talk and see how we can start your transformation journey. In fact, we can sit down and have an hour strategy session to kind of map out the next steps for your success. I truly believe that we're all here to take the lessons we've had in the past and grow them into the greatness that we're intended to live and achieve in the future. Have a wonderful day. Check out findyourlifebalance.com. Book a call. Let's have a strategy session so we can get together and start making that transformational journey that you so deserve. Trust me, I've been on the road for a while. I've been studying and learning and upgrading myself to the point that I know without a doubt, you, your team, and those around you all have greatness inside. It's just time to find that transformation inside to live the greatness that you know you're truly here to deserve. Have a wonderful, beautiful, and inspired day.